I want to help you boost your e-commerce store revenue through marketing. Through this conversation, I want to share with you a few marketing hacks to actually start making money right away and really keep making it over a long time. Okay, so here are the top hacks I want you to think about. If you have an e-commerce store right now, you got to really have a an e-commerce marketing plan. You can't really think about marketing if you have no plan. So it's important to really understand that your plan, and I don't care how big or small your store is, you got to have a plan. Now the plan doesn't have to be complex, it doesn't have to be convoluted, but you got to have some kind of plan. Okay, for instance, you got to have a vision and you got to have clear objectives to reach that vision. That's the plan right there. Okay, so all marketing efforts should really align with a well-defined strategy that begins, let's say, with an actionable marketing plan with clear objectives. You got to have goals and you got to have key results. So basically, and that's number one. Number two, you want to set objectives and define KPIs. Again, I don't care how big or small your online store is. If you don't have objectives, if you don't have goals, you cannot actually reach those goals in the first place, right? Define also KPIs. What are KPIs? Key performance indicators. Okay, those are actually milestones for you to reach to actually see whether or not your store is on the right track, and you got to have those goalposts. Okay, so for instance, you can say my goal is to increase e-commerce sales by 20% in the next 6 months. Your KPIs can be a total sales revenue, conversion rate, and average order value. Okay, KPI stands for key performance indicator. And the bottom line is you have to really understand that those KPIs and goals are not set in stone, right? You might need to revisit them and actually tweak them as you go along. The next thing you want to do here is to allocate budget. So simply because making decisions or having goals and not putting your money where your mouth is, literally, it's not going to really bring you far. So you have to really allocate the budget to understand that you are really serious about you are to really show yourself that you are serious about reaching those goals in the first place. Okay, and you also want to identify the target audience. So for you to reach your goals, you have to really have a clear target audience. That's going to help you big time. So another marketing hack that you need to really understand if you are an e-commerce seller is to really conduct market research. Don't really assume that you know the market because the market is changing all the time. This economy is really flexible. It's really agile, and things are happening every single day in like nationally or even internationally, right? So if you don't have a little bit of market research, you are going to really make big mistakes. Okay, so do not assume that you understand your markets. Even if you think you do, it's always good. It's always good every now and then to really do some market research to say, listen, let me just sort of confirm what I think I know about the market here. Okay, so you also want to understand that when it comes to market research, you have a more sort of a more detailed approach that revolves around, let's say, a competitive analysis. You want to look at your competitors, okay, those who are kicking ass in the industry and those who are not. What are their games, how they're playing their games. So competitive analysis, customer surveys, those are important to know what's really happening in the market, what your customers like, what are the preferences, what are the pain points, what's the product feedback. You want to have that, have a clear idea about what the feedback really is. Think about industry trends. Like I said, this economy is changing all the time. So if the economy is changing, you got to be really stay abreast of what's really happening, right, on the ground, literally. So understand market dynamics and emerging technologies that could impact your e-commerce business, or let's just say a e-commerce business in general. Do a little bit of SWOT analysis. So identify internal strengths, weaknesses, external opportunities, and threats. And also think about pricing strategies and distribution channels. So what happens here is that if you want to really have a great marketing strategy for your e-commerce store, you got to really pay attention to pricing because we live in an economy where consumers are really paying attention a lot to price. Okay. Next thing you want to do here is that you want to really select the proper marketing channels. Okay. So, I mean, you have so many marketing channels on the market, but the thing is, you got to really ask yourself, which one should I prioritize based on my target niche? Okay. Where are my potential customers hanging out at? Where they at? Okay, so as a small business as an e-commerce store owner, you must establish a presence in your favorite online habitat. Let's say Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or your blog or your landing page, and you got to use your customers' preferred mode of communication. Okay, so think about maybe SMS alerts versus email campaigns. If you want to have a great marketing for your online store, you got to constantly analyze data for insights. I'm not just speaking about looking at data and say, you know what, I think I see the trends here. I see no. You got to go a little, you got to go a little deeper. You got to go granular. And this is not complicated. I mean, this is not like you don't need to have a PhD in marketing to really do this. I mean, you can be a regular, like a regular online store owner, like you and like you or me, okay, and still do the kind of data analysis that I'm speaking about. Now, data analysis is not just a tool; it's actually the key to unlocking insights into, let's say, the health of your marketing efforts. Right? You can spot trends, and you can make informed decisions. And you got to really be in that position. And so, if you are able to do those things, you can feel secure and comfortable that, you know what, you're doing the right thing. And you can feel confident also in your strategies. Okay. So, common KPIs include conversion rate, revenue, your CAC, your customer acquisition cost, and your AOV, average order value. So, you want to gather data from various sources, including website analytics, e commerce platforms, email marketing tools, advertising platforms, and CRM systems. That's going to help you big time, okay? You also want to review and adjust the plan. So what happens here is that if you want to have an effective marketing strategy, you have to understand this is an ongoing effort, right? This is not a one-time effort. It is an ongoing. Again, I think I've said this before. The economy is changing all the time, so your action plan cannot be static. It has to be agile. So you want to regularly monitor your KPIs to ensure you are on track with your e-commerce marketing plan. You want to adjust your strategy based on the insights you gather, right? Like whatever insights you gather and whatever insights you think apply directly to your store, then you want to really make the change that that insight actually triggers, or at least should trigger. So if a product launch, for instance, doesn't meet expectations or a marketing campaign doesn't resonate with your audience, be ready to pivot, right? Don't actually don't think anything is set in stone. Be able to adapt and change. If you have an e-commerce store and you are trying to really boost your marketing this year, you want to also consider A/B testing. A/B testing is going to help you big time, especially in the long run. And the cool thing is that A/B testing really gives you the kind of insights you need to actually run things smoothly. So with A/B testing, the good thing is that you are actually letting the real world data choose the best variations of two versions. Some people do a two versions, some people do a three versions, okay? And by versions, I'm speaking about maybe a web page, an email, an ad, or a landing page, okay? And this method of sometimes it's called multivariate testing. This method helps you fine tune your message for maximum impact. So if you are an e-commerce store owner, you want to really think a lot about A/B testing because you are able to experiment with different elements and strategies, and based on the results, you can make data-driven decisions to optimize your marketing efforts. So that's really fantastic. So you determine success based on predefined metrics, example conversion or click-through rates. So that's really fantastic. Let me give you a few examples of A/B tests when it comes to e-commerce business. So you have a landing page testing, for instance. You have a product descriptions or product experimentations. You have pricing and promotions. You have digital advertising, right? Or product visuals. So let me give you an example. When I say landing page testing, you can experiment with variations in product images, descriptions, CTAs, okay, and overall layout to see which combination yields conversion rate optimization, and ensure websites are optimized for mobile devices. So that's really fantastic. When it comes to product descriptions, you can test different product descriptions, headlines, and product copy. So that's really cool also. And to maximize revenue while satisfying customers, you can try pricing strategies such as discounts, bundling, or tiered pricing. And that's really cool because it really helps you actually scale real fast. So, what are the business models here? If you think about marketing for your e-commerce store, you got to really understand that your business model is going to affect your marketing. As an e-commerce store owner, your business model is going to affect your marketing not only in the short run but also in the long run, because this is how you're going to scale, right? So there are actually different types of e-commerce marketing strategies. You can have content marketing, you can have email marketing and SMS. You can have social media marketing. That's really cool. Okay. You can also have search engine optimization. And finally, you can have pay-per-click advertising. So when I speak about pay-per-click advertising, for instance, the PPC, that's how it's called. The PPC ads appear in search engine results and partner websites. Okay. So what happens here is that advertisers bid on product or industry related keywords. So when users search for those keywords on search engines or say visit related websites, ads from the highest bidders are displayed. And PPC ad platforms include search engines, Google Ads, and Bing Ads are considered popular, and social media platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And when I speak about the search engine optimization, you have a keyword research, you have search intent, you have on-page SEO, you have off-page SEO, you have content creation. I mean, maybe you have blog posts, buying guides, and how to articles. Okay, because that's how you want to attract organic traffic and establish actually your site as an authority in your niche. You also have site navigation. So a user-friendly website with logical navigation makes it easier, a lot easier, for users and search engine crawlers to understand your site purpose, right? And you want to really make their job very, very easy, because otherwise they will not be able to crawl your site, and that's bad for you. Okay. So when you think about business models when it comes to marketing for your e-commerce store, you also have affiliate marketing, you have influencer marketing, you have video marketing, and you have reviews and testimonials. Now, affiliate marketing is actually great because it's just a performance marketing strategy where an affiliate, okay, actually promotes a product on a company's behalf in exchange for a sales commission. So you were speaking about when I say affiliate, this can be an influencer, a business, or a publisher. So influencer marketing can actually work also in some industries, okay, especially if you want to target niche audiences, okay. So brands can collaborate with well-known tastemakers or trendsetters to promote their products to a captive audience that already trust the influencer. So that's important. For instance, if your target audience is actually made up of Gen Z consumers, you definitely want to really think about influencers. So influencers are skilled content creators who can produce high quality, engaging content for brands while being mindful of what their audience actually wants. You also have video marketing, right? So basically, you might want to think about be it on YouTube also. Okay, I mean, you don't have to really create like a YouTube channel from scratch, but you want to have some kind of presence on YouTube, because think about it. YouTube ranks number 2 worldwide for traffic. Okay, you're speaking about 28 to 30 billion monthly visits. That's really huge. And number 1 is Google, and those two are owned by the same company. So that's really important. You also have reviews and testimonials. So online reviews have become table stakes for online businesses. So if you have a store right now, you want to definitely be there in terms of having positive reviews, because negative reviews can hurt sales and reputation. Okay, and it takes so much time to actually fix whatever damage has been happening to your brand, right? So you want to really use app integrations like Yotpo or Judge Me to actually see how to really take care of your store's reviews automatically. So when it comes to marketing for your e-commerce store, there are other factors I want you to really pay attention to. The first thing you want to do here is that you want to localize content and translate languages, especially if you are marketing in other countries. What I just told you, this is for marketing in the states, or let's say in North America in general. Okay, but if you want to market in other countries, think about localizing content and translating languages. Okay, and so that's important. And being mindful of the prevailing tastes, expectations, and customs of your audience's locale. Truly global brands adapt their product mix, marketing tactics, and messaging to each target country. Okay. For example, audiences in countries with limited broadband internet might be unable to use location services or reliably watch 4K videos. So you want to think about that. You want to translate your website content to the local language, including product descriptions, category pages, and user interface elements. Ensure all texts, buttons, and labels are accurately translated. Change product images, colors, or graphics to align with local preferences and customs, right? It's one important. I mean, in some countries, colors are really, really important. You also want to understand currency and payment methods, okay? Know shipping and logistics. I mean, when I say shipping and logistics, I'm talking also about customs, either directly or indirectly. You want to master local market dynamics, see what's happening locally, see what's happening on the ground. You want to adhere to import export regulations, okay? Because those can actually create unexpected costs if you don't pay attention. You also want to implement global SEO practices. I was telling you a little earlier to implement SEO practices, but if you are having a global marketplace, you have to do global SEO practices. You want to use um, geo targeting techniques, okay? And whenever possible, provide multilingual customer support so that you can really talk to your audience in multiple languages, okay? And you also, and this I want to really understand that you also want to provide or at least establish a multilingual knowledge base or FAQ page on your website to help with customer support. Okay, it's not just about hiring locals to do the work, but you also want to really adapt your support page, your support branding, okay, locally. So that's really important to really do this year. So in the closing arguments in today's conversation, I spoke to you about marketing hacks. If you are that marketing hacks that you need to know if you are an e-commerce store owner. I give you the top hacks, the business model, other factors, and now the closing arguments. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.